And there's a lot of excitement surrounding the Cameron campaign. Cameron telling the media earlier this week he's going to win this election. And we caught up with Cameron earlier this morning as he cast his ballot. I'm standing on South Main Street just outside the London City Police Department. And you can tell just how loved Officer Medlock is and was based on this memorial behind me and the amount of support the family has been receiving this whole entire week. And the police department expects a large crowd to line the streets as that funeral procession makes its way towards the cemetery. Now we're getting a first-hand look of some of that damage here in Mercer County, specifically Harrodsburg. The emergency management director telling me that it caused a lot of tree damage and several buildings have been damaged, including these two homes on Cornishville Road, as well as a barn that collapsed. Lawmakers gavelled in about 3 o'clock this afternoon. They're currently in the beginning stages of this temporary flood relief bill. That bill would provide about $212 million to those affected. We begin tonight with developing news. The Lexington Police Department is investigating after a car crashed into a home tonight. Do about 100 to 120 presses per minute, which a lot of people, including myself, hard to do. That is. Well, just north of Kentucky in Ohio, one person is dead and another injured after a shooting at a Walmart near Cincinnati. North Broadway near the I-75 exchange. We've been here for about 4 hours, and I don't know if you can see behind me, but there is a heavy police presence down North Broadway. Leaders and hardest hit flooded areas are pushing back the start of their school year as they continue to assess the damage. Well, the search has ended for an East Bernstadt man wanted for murder in a deadly shooting in Laurel County. And of course, you have all the fun carnival rides, but you also have this, the carnival food. This is a funnel cake, one of my favorite foods that you can find at fairs just like this. The Catholic Action Center focusing on those who need it most, the homeless population. And joining me now is the director, Jenny Ramsey with the Catholic Action Center. Thank you so much for joining us. Talk about what you guys are doing to help that population.
Well, as always, our Compassionate Caravan will be out. We also have Safe Harbor at the Lighthouse where people can check in there from 6:30 at night to 8 in the morning. But we made the determination we had to get them in more securely than that.
Let's check in now with meteorologist Jordan Smith for a first check of that forecast. And Jordan, a very cool day today here in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, it is, and it's a cold night as well. Temperatures already dropping into the 30s tonight. Wow. So bundle up as you're heading out.
Absolutely.
Especially Monday morning. Temperatures could be deep into the
Almighty God, we need you right now.
With tears streaming down many faces, the heartache continues.
I'm sorry that it took a tragedy like this.
Family, friends, and school leaders remembering the lives of 13-year-old Dion Williams and his 5-year-old sister, Skylar, who tragically lost their lives 1 week ago.
Dion always had A's and B's, came home on time, never fell asleep in class.
Skylar inspired the most fun we had in class all year. Everyone loved cooking and eating. In life, those are the things that bring us together as family, friends, and communities. The cooking and eating, the time around the table.
Their mother, Nikki James, booked in the Fayette County Detention Center hours earlier, charged in their murder.
When children die, we often ask why. We try to make sense of it. But it doesn't make sense, it'll never make sense, and it shouldn't make sense.
As balloons filled the evening sky, a final goodbye for those who knew the children best.
Good for me as a teacher to know that there was and is a caring community around Skylar and Dion and their family.
For Faith Point Church pastor Terry Lewis, a reminder of what's ahead.
I think it was that moment where we kind of have the image of what we've talked about, that one of these days we all, you know, the old song says, I'll fly away. Just that moment of that we're no longer here, but we're in the presence of the Lord, but we're still who we are. And Skylar and Dion still who they are, just in that precious place of rest in the arms of Christ.
In Lexington, Justin Walker, ABC 36 News.
The suffocating kind of torture. I just want to die.
It's been nearly a year since Lisa Foster's daughter, Jordan Morgan, was shot and killed last February. But for Foster and her family, the pain and memories still linger.
I would fix her a sack lunch. Here she's an attorney going to work, and she stops by for coffee, and I fix her a little sack lunch with a healthy diet meal in it.
She describes Jordan as the light of the family who wanted to make a difference as an attorney in the lives of crime and human trafficking survivors. Jordan had just landed her dream job at an attorney's office in Lexington. Foster wanting to set the record straight after her daughter's death.
No offense, but the news media has made it all about this one-term state representative that lives in a mansion on the hill and his daughter was killed. But that's not how it went. It was Jordan Morgan, this beautiful 32-year-old attorney that wouldn't hurt a fly, was murdered as she lay sleeping in her bed.
Back in court once again, Foster visibly emotional as her daughter's accused killer, Shannon Gilday, walked through the doorway on Friday. During that court appearance, the defense addressed two motions filed regarding Gilday's mental health, one for improved living conditions and another that in-person visitation be granted to Gilday's mother. The judge overruled both motions, ordering Gilday be evaluated and that a report be provided to the court. Foster says the Commonwealth attorney is pushing for the death penalty in the case against Gilday, a decision she supports.
I hope that justice is served, but if not, God is our ultimate judge, so it will work out.
Meanwhile, Foster looking forward to the day she's reunited with her daughter once again.
I have strong faith. That's what's kept me going.
In Madison County, Justin Walker, ABC 36 News. State lawmakers wrapping up a special session Friday, passing the nearly $213 million flood relief package. That money going to help Eastern Kentucky rebuild. Governor Andy Beshear signing the bill minutes after both chambers approved the fund.
It's a good testament about how the process can work. Common goal, cooperation, and we have taken a strong first step.
The bill uses $200 million from the Budget Reserve Trust Fund, $115 million going to cities, counties, and other public entities. $45 million will help the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet repair roads and bridges, and $40 million will provide financial assistance to school districts impacted by the flooding.
A bipartisan, it's a nonpartisan bill, but I'm going to add one to that. This is a Kentucky bill. This is Kentuckians coming together to help Kentuckians.
The bill that we just passed, I think, was probably part of the most seamless process that I've had the opportunity to be a part of since I've been in the legislature.
Governor Beshear says some of the money addresses intermediate housing needs.
Also provides us the infrastructure money right now to make sure as we work towards that long-term housing solution, we can be running the lines, laying the pipe that is necessary.
Lawmakers say more money will be needed going forward as final assessments come in.